is Jackie 254. I do lifestyle vlogs and everything nice in between. If you're new to this channel, karibu sana. If you have been an OG, thank you for your continuous support, and I don't take you for granted. As you join, tell me where you're watching from. Today is Friday, and please tell me if you can hear me. Last time, I think, have you watched the previous live, the outdoor solo date? I think next time, guys, I'm going to tag you along for a solo date, because the likes of Apex, thank you so much, you told me, but I ended up seeing very later that you were trying to tell me that my microphone is not working. So please, 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 if you're out there, please tell me if you can hear me, so that I don't take another 1 hour talking to myself, because yeah, last time you said I saw on a very late hour. So tell me if you can hear me, because the other previous day we went for a solo date, which ended up becoming a community date. I tried to talk to you. I think, guys, next time I'm going to take you along. I'm going to tag you along. Please tell me if you can hear me, because last time I talked to myself an entire hour. I didn't see. I got overwhelmed about the phone. I was excited being on that solo date, and I forgot that to check on your messages. I later on realized my mic wasn't working. So today, tell me if you can hear me and where you're watching from, because yeah, we need to have this conversation as it is. I know it's crucial. Whoever has liked, thank you so much for liking, because definitely it means you can hear me. I want to say thank you so much for the returning subscribers and people who have actually not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Please subscribe. It's absolutely free. Today's Friday. I'm excited. Ruth C. Banuag, hi, can you hear me? Thank you so much for joining the live, and thank you so much. And tell me if you can hear me, because we need to have this conversation. Line Care Etar, hi. Robert Mwangi, hi. Yes, I'm the African men or African. No. We need to talk about this, because I think I want to dive to the conversation once and for all. Yesterday, as I was watching news, I felt I can't keep quiet with this. Let me first of all say hi. Fred Dangote, hi. Hi. Thank you so much, Ruthie, for subscribing and liking. So, yesterday I watched news, and I felt like I'm feeling like it's a heavy burden. The statistics that were on the news focused on women, how they use IUDs, implants, the pills, and injections on different area codes of my country, and they only focused on women. They only focused women. I'm not being feminine, but I think it's time we have that conversation, because in the West, they have already, not West Africa, I'm trying to say the West, the Americans, the whites, have already gotten to the point that they have decided, even Africa, men can as well do this planning, especially people who are married. They can do the planning. But I fail to understand why in Africa, all the time is the women who do the family plan, and not men. Yet the man is the carrier of the seed, and as women, as African women, we just incubate. I think it's supposed to be what we call, like, which is the word, like, both of us are the ones supposed to make a decision on who is to plan. In fact, you should even take turns. I know I'll be very controversial. Because I'm a Christian and all that, but sometimes we need to talk facts. Like, who wants to give birth like rats all over? Who wants to give that? I know I'll be very controversial, but we have to have this patent conversations, because if we don't, who will? Before that, let me say hi to Philip Breaker. Hey. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining the live. So, those statistics that were given out on local news got me thinking. It's time we ask. We all the time say these are the numbers that women are using this. These are the numbers that women are using. This other kind of family plan. These are the numbers. When shall we ever have that conversation? These are the numbers of African men using this kind of family plan to plan, because planning a family is important. Whether you want 10 children, whether you want 16 children, whether you want an entire football team, 11 children, whether you only want one child, it's supposed to be, I'm looking for that word, for the two of the people to do it. Higher, leave alone the people who are married. Truth be said, the other day I talked about it, and some of you were looking at me badly. But the other day I talked about sex is happening from as low as 15, 12 years. And it's time we have these conversations in the relations with our children. I'm not a parent, but we need to talk it out, because people are sexing out here. And the people who are sexing out here, as you know, the HPV, H. pylori virus, is usually carried by you men. And as you all know, again, the statistics, we have too many people having cervical cancer. And as you know, the HPV is carried by you men, and it's not coming by osmosis, it's through intercourse. It's through intercourse. So for me to come on, my head was running so many things. I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, but it's common sense. It's just common sense. When you hear the statistics being thrown right, left, and center, you wonder who are the ones who are doing these things. Of course, they're human beings. Let me first of all say hi to my people. Hey, Dangote, you said you won't plan. Hey, you have to plan. I'm here for such human beings. The likes of Dangote as a man. Why are you not planning? Why should you subject a woman to always be the one taking those pills, taking that IUD, taking that injection, which is going to lead her to have cervical cancer? Why can't it be you, the one who's going to plan? Why is it us women who have to plan? It's time now, African women, we just embrace facts. As much as you're trying to be traditionist, you have to embrace some logic in these things, because there's no way we can be carrying the whole burden as women, and you men, you don't want to take responsibility. Because all the time when you're going there, it's a two people effort. It's not one person effort. So why don't you, I want you to tell me, why do African men find it so hard to plan? Apart from vasectomies, I believe there are methods. Doctors out there tell us, I know there are methods that men can plan. Can it be today or this month? Is my partner who is going to use that family planning, not me to use it? I want to, you make me understand why it has to be all the time that it's a woman who has to do family planning. So it disturbed me so much when I just saw the numbers they were chucking out there: 4%, 5%, 6% from this county, 7% from this county. And I said to myself, you know, I never keep quiet when something is itching me. When something is itching me, I felt like today, we are going to chime and talk this out with my sweethearts on my channel. Today is Friday. Instead of going to the club, let's and you instead of you going to the club, come here and discuss and tell me. I fail to understand why African men are the ones who are not using those family plan. I mean, if you've gotten 2 children and 5 children, and you feel like, with this economy, who wants to give birth aimlessly? I know the Bible, Genesis 1 always say, be fruitful and multiply. But even God doesn't like people who are foolish. You don't multiply when you can't even afford a plate on the table. You just don't multiply even when you can't afford your own self. You get? So I think it's time African men as well plan. I think it's time even African men plan. I'm talking with a lot of humility, not judgmental, but I look at it this way. To be honest, Wazungu do these things. Whites normally do these things. It's not a big deal. Why do we make a fuss out of it as Africans? Well, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, but why do you usually make a fuss out of this? All the time you find the man tells the woman, you know, if things goes worse, the children is yours. Then why do you want to enjoy knacking and you don't want to plan? If you want to enjoy knacking, even you be part and parcel of planning. Even you be part and parcel of planning, because there's no way a woman will be all the time the one who's doing the planning and you're not the one planning. It's unfair. It's unfair. Because those numbers shocked me. There is no place those numbers even wrote like 2% or even 1% of men have done planning. They were busy saying these are the things that make people end up having cancer. But who is making people have cancer? It's you men, especially cervical cancer. And it's time we just discuss on these issues, why African men are not. I know it's a taboo, it's a whatever, there are so many beliefs, but it's time. Knowledge is power. Figure out things, because there's no way we can be giving birth right, left, center without planning, and it's supposed to be the two of you. Let me first of all say hi to people who have joined the live. As I wait for you to tell me, why do you think that African men don't like doing the family planning, or what is the issue? Is it out of traditions? Is it out of the beliefs? Is it out of basically lack of knowledge? Is it ignorance? Is it just being big-headed? What do you think that makes the African man is not the one who's doing family planning all the time? Is the African women, because the whites do it. Chime in and tell me what you think, because yeah, it's time we talk about this. Let me first of all say hi to the people who have joined the live and they've chatted. There's Drusi, there's Lynn Care, Robert Mwangi, Frenda Gote, and also Philip Brecker. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I really do appreciate whenever you chime in. Like I said, I'm sorry for the previous live we went for a picnic together and I ended up not talking because my microphone, I didn't know it wasn't talking. But I promise you guys, very soon, we are going to go for another day together there. And now I'll converse, because I feel so bad that I didn't look at the comments. I was so like carried away by the place. It was awesome. You should go and check the other live, how beautiful it is, despite it didn't have a sound. But now, now I know you're hearing me. Next time, I promise you guys, very soon, I'm taking you back there. It's going to be a personal date between me and you. It's going to be very intimate, my sweetheart. So I'm sorry for the fact that it didn't have sound, but I'm also thankful for over 400 of you who are with me on that date. It's literally now not even my solo date. It ended up being a community, because the guards who normally stick there, they actually joined me, and then other people came and joined me while they're doing their own things. And I felt like, oh, the fall wasn't only me alone. It was like a community between me, you, and the guards. And I'm really sorry for the sound. So I digress. Why are the reasons why African men don't do family planning? Is it because of beliefs, taboo, and lack of knowledge and ignorance? Because if we women are doing the family planning not to get X numbers of babies, or whatever reasons that are making African women do the family plan, why are men not doing family plan? And truth be told, when you compare men and women in terms of promiscuity, African men happen to indulge so much in this sex business. Like, the most people who do sex a lot is a man all the time, especially now that it's on weekend. If you do your statistics in your village, leave alone a big town, your village, you'd see who is knacking. Who is the knacking most between men and women. And that's why I'm passionately speaking. It's time now we talk it out, like, especially people who are not married and you really want to indulge, you are superly active, sexually active. I think it's time, even you as a man, you decide, you know what, you take pills for 3 months. You can take a pill for 3 months, or even a pill for 1 year. I know you fear vasectomy. If you're married and you still want to knock your woman, and she doesn't want to give children. It's time even you to compromise and be the one who's doing vasectomy for her. Like, close those balls for you if you feel they're so hot that you can't handle. Because it's time we talk this conversation. Like, for me, I usually say I don't want children beyond 3. And it's good to talk these things because there's no way you can be giving birth to children you can't afford to feed. And if I was to be asked, even if I'm not a doctor, if I was to be asked, let people family plan. I'm tired of hearing ladies dying out of unsafe abortions because somebody somewhere knocked each other, got pregnant, and now they don't want the unwanted pregnancy, and they end up doing those funny abortions. So, if I was to be asked, I would root for family planning 24/7. But this time round, I'm rooting for family planning even for men because you're the one going to knock a 15-year-old, and then you, after releasing your semen, it's done. That lady or that young girl who is 15, 16 will have to carry a child, and a child for life. First of all, you have destroyed the life of that child because, truth be told, sex is happening. Sex is happening with knowledge or no knowledge. What wanna interact in terms of sexuality, it's being done. Let's not be religious here. Let's not be religious. Let's talk the real facts and the real reality out here. So, to cover all these things, yes, I call forth for family planning. I'll just always advocate for that. Family planning 24/7. Or even you who is a parent, be able to be close to your child to the point that in a certain age you can have this sexual education conversation. Not like our times we used to be told children are bought on supermarkets. What was that? I know some of us we were told that, but most of the African homes, I'm speaking for many African homes, would be told children are bought in supermarkets. It's time now, instead of the child to go and find out in other means. You as a parent, as a Gen Z, no, as a parent of Gen Alpha, because now it's the Gen Alpha which knows everything and anything. Can you have a good relationship with your child to tell them these things? On the other side, can men be able to have these conversations in your relationships? Like, yo, sit with your partner and be like, how many kids do you want? Because people shy away from this conversation. And have this conversation of like, at what point should we stop giving birth? Ask each other these questions. Because, yo, I felt very bad that those statistics in that news that I watched, I won't say the station, there is no place I saw about men. And I felt like I need to talk about it. They should, next time I should see statistics of men who have done vasectomy 6%, men who are taking family planning pills 40%, and yeah, the side effects. Because there's no way we can be having side effects as women, because side effects are dire, like losing of menstrual periods for quite some time. Some even end up messing up their uterus to the point they can't even give birth. The likes of fibroids. These family plans, of course, are good in terms of getting the pregnancy, but at the same time, they come with dire side effects. So it's time we cost share these issues with the men who are actually knocking us, women. We should share this. We should cost share this issue. We African women with African men who are doing this business of knacking us, because there's no way a woman can be family planning and they're not knacking with animals, they're knacking with you African men. So why don't you take responsibility as well, do the family plan? And I want to see the likes of Akina Fred tell us, why don't you ever want to do family planning but you want to enjoy the honey pot? Because like the other day I said, if you can't be able to handle, you can't marry one wife, if you can't stick around with one wife, do celibacy. And if you feel that you can't be able to contain yourself with celibacy, then get a wife and do the right thing. walk the 10 yards by marrying her the right way, not actually loaning somebody's daughter and calling yourself a husband. Anywho, I digress. So, what are the reasons that are making men not do the family plan? I really want to hear from you guys. Why are you refusing to do these things? Why does it have to be all the time you're saying, Mama should do this thing? Mama should do this thing. You know, kinds of them, they call Mama. African men normally calls women, the African women, Mama. It's not supposed to be a Mama issue now. Even you as the partner, can you plan as well? Because I felt bad seeing all the statistics was about women, and you know cancer, yeah, HPV, cervical cancer. It's you men who bring it to women, and it's not through other form. It's through sex. So why can't it be this time around when I see the news being read? Statistics to build that 6% men have done are using this type of family planning. 10% of men are using this family planning in this county. 5% of men are using. Why should it be all the time? Women in this place are using this and this and this. It's not fair. It's not fair, and it's time we talk about your men's family planning. If men cannot talk about it, we will keep on shouting out here out. In fact, I would look for one sexologist or gynecologist, and we discuss the methods of family planning for men, because it's like people are shying away from this conversation. Yeah, and somebody has to talk about it. Somebody, very few in Kenya that I know that have come out loudly and said, yo, this is the decision I came into. I decided, you know what, I'm going to do vasectomy. Very few percentage. And it's time we stop having that weird eye on a person who's brave enough to do that thing for the partner they love, because it's a win-win thing, especially if you're married. It's a win-win thing. So that conversation was triggered literally by some statistics I saw somewhere. I won't say the channel, but statistics I saw somewhere that triggered me to have that conversation, because I was feeling no. All the time, women, African women, right, left. It's time we now ask those pattern questions. When will men in the African society also do family planning? Because you can't be knocking and you don't want to go all the yards of responsibilities. You have to, we have to talk it out and speak out all these things. So I'm looking forward to hearing several men coming out and saying, even as we are doing this and this, because it's not time to body shame people or be saying that person is this and this. No, because truth be told, people are practicing sex out here, and the numbers of single mothers is a lot even than married couples. So it's time people to talk this conversation in white and black, not with any shades of gray, and not bringing religions and spirituality. It has to be just black and white, blunt as ever, because I don't understand why a very high very high local news place would get statistics of women who do family planning, and yet we don't have statistics of men. And those women are not laid by cows and animals. They are laid by men. So even men should also be practicing family planning. I think in the West, it's just, it's normal. It's not a big deal. It's normal. It's time now we stop having these weird taboos that are not helping us as African society. I know Nigerians and Ghanaians will come for me, and Senegalese. No, even if you want to get 10 children, 7 children, 11 children, like a football team, can you as well help your partner to plan? It's not the time all the time to be a woman who's doing these things. Why can you not be the one taking the responsibility of also planning? And there's no man who's talking apart from Dangote. He has guts enough to say is not planning to plan. But why are you not planning to plan yet you want to knock? Why don't you want to plan yet you want to knock? You can't have your cake. You can't eat your cake and have, I mean, whatever you say. You just can't have both of them. You have to sacrifice something. And I'm here for my girls. We have compromised for so many years. It's time even men compromise. When you get 5 children, if you had agreed with your partner, you're going to get 5 children. Tell that oga of yours. Now, man, it's time for you to decide if you're going to do vasectomy, or you're going to take pills, or you're going to take injections. Just the same way they normally come and tell us, if you get a child and we had not planned about child, it's your own. See, that's what African men tell women. Am I lying? Am I lying? You normally tell women, if you get children out which we had not planned, it's your own. It's time even us women, we tell you, nah man, after getting 3 children and after giving me belly for 5, 10 children, it's time you cut those things of yours. We are going to enjoy with no belly. We are going to enjoy with no belly. Can we be real? Yes. It's time even you African men, you tell your oga, my friend, it's time even you to go to that doctor and get that IUD of men. Because these things are happening. When you think they are being done to who? And those statistics were only for women. I'm still on that part. The statistics were only for women. Why am I not seeing men statistics? It's time we should have statistics for men who have done vasectomy, the men who have also used those family planning, because this burden should of having family planning should not only be on women. And I call forth, or I challenge all mainstream media. Next time when you're bringing this reproductive system news or anything to do with health, reproductive system, and you are mainstream, next time bring us only one tried long time ago. Bring us even the statistics of the men who have done these things. Whether you're working, I won't mention those places, but it's time. If you're working in mainstream media, next time you're bringing statistics out here, bring statistics even including the men who are family planning. Because as a woman, we are tired to see only statistics of women who are using those family planning. It's time we hear how many men are planning their homes as well. Because it's not a one partner thing. It's supposed to be a two people thing. Why are statistics only for one-sided? You're being sided. I feel that is biasness. Because when they are knocking, the lady is not knocking alone. Is knocking with a man out there. When the lady is knocking with a man out there. Why are we not getting those statistics of those men who are knocking them? Yeah. I felt I needed to rant this because I couldn't keep quiet. It couldn't wait tomorrow. I had the news yesterday, and today I decided this is the topic you're having today. I had it yesterday and decided not today. We have to have this conversation and set the record straight, and even talk to men out there and just have this conversation going. Let's be honest. We are not coming on a judgmental point of view. We are not coming, we are coming with a lot of humility to have these conversations. For your information, I even don't have any medicine background, but I have the guts to have this conversation, and I'll have them on my platform very well. With not even blinking my eye and feeling shame about it, because if we don't talk about it, who will? If we don't talk about it, who will? So I don't even have any nursing, medicine background, but numbers don't lie, and of course, it's just common sense. You would ask yourself questions. Kwani there are no numbers, statistics for men who also family plan? Why is it like a taboo in the African society? Why is it like it's a shameful conversation? Yet the people women normally knock with are men in the African society. But you don't talk about these things. Let me tell you. You are in a channel of a girl who has guts and has no shame, 100%. I talk anything and everything blunt as it is. And I have background, I have backup research on it. So let me tell you, don't come here with your conversation and thinking, yo, she's just blabbing. It's something I researched, and so and I felt the conversation need to be taught, to be started somewhere, because there's nothing new under the sun. But yo, in Africa, we don't talk about things. It's like a taboo. But it's time we now talk about it, because in the white are used to this. If you're joining right now, you can as well chime in. You can chime in as well and tell us, African men, why, like Robert said, African men are just African. It's time we just they turn to being open-minded, be liberal minded, because I don't understand what is your fear on planning. It won't make you less of a man. It will make you less of a man. So I just don't understand. Just don't understand. So basically that's what's up. And we should embrace these things, so that at least we can curb so many things, like the rate of women who suffer from what we call cervical cancer, to reduce kidogo, because hey, when a woman is knocked by different men and they're the carrier of the HPV, you know, many women carry a lot of burdens, apart from unwanted pregnancies, apart from bad effects of the family plan. It's time even you as African men carry the burden as well. I want us to hear the statistics of men who are affected by a certain pill. They lost their libido for 1 month after using a certain family plan method. We want to hear statistics. Oh, these plans did this to men. Not all the time women are the ones who to carry the heavy burden of suffering under this reproductive system planning methods. Okay? So, I hope your Friday is Fridaying. I didn't have much to say. I just felt like I needed to have that conversation with you guys, because you're my sweethearts. And I felt that this conversation had to be done today, because me, like I said, I'm very blunt. It couldn't sleep over for tomorrow. I would burst in my head, because I had the new sister. Then I asked myself so many questions, and I said, now I'm going to have this conversation with my sweethearts, because yo, why not? Why not? Why not? Because it's supposed to be this time, not tomorrow. I would have extended, my head would have just gone crazy, because I was just wondering, why do African men don't want to embrace these things? Yet we African women already embraced it. Yet you're the ones still giving ultimatums to your African wives and African ladies and African girlfriends. Yet you don't want to compromise. I felt we need to have this conversation as a whole. Yeah? Yeah. So, your girl here has several, excuse me, your girl here has several ebooks, and they are actually on my bio, especially on my description bio. You can find links of my ebooks, and I sell them at all digital platforms at a very affordable price. So, and I wanted to say that on Smashwords, for people who love seeking knowledge, Smashwords, I have all my books have 10% discount. So if you normally read and do a lot of reading, and now it's the weekend and you're going to knock somebody somewhere as you're planning, if you're going to put a family plan, Please, please, please. I do actually fictional romantic books. Buy yourself one copy, two copy. Go to Smashwords. I have 10% discount on all the books. Get yourself a book as you're going to smash somebody on this weekend. Equip yourself some knowledge and yeah, enjoy the reading. And that's what's up. So I think I'm gonna love you and leave you. What time is it, guys? What time is it? Unless you have a question, it's time I'm giving you guys time to tell me what you think about men. Do it on the comment section or the chat section. I speak it out loud in terms of what you think. Would you prefer a man to your man to do family planning rather than you? Personally, I would prefer my partner to do family planning. There's no way we'll get 6 children and then I'm still the one doing the family planning. You'll have to play parts. Either we stop knacking, we stop knacking, or you also play a part on doing the family planning, because there's no way all the time African women are the ones going to be carrying this burden of compromising on planning on these different methods that bring different things, effects on their bodies. And you African men who are knacking them, you don't want to take responsibility on that family planning as well. So I'm calling for the next time the health statistics across Africa, across all African nations, should come out with how many numbers of men are planning as well. Because apart from using condoms, you don't tell me condom is enough, because I don't understand how a woman would be pregnant 2-3 years following zimefuatana, 3 consecutive years, and that woman may be from, let's talk about, slums. You see why I'm ranting? It's because of that woman who can't afford to put food on the table, and the husband is that nagging husband who always African, what do we call it? African, not woke, primitive, arrogant man who keeps on insisting on this woman not to family plan. They keep on giving birth and they live in a slum. They can't even afford their own stomach, and you want to knock that woman right, left, and center. I'm here for such women, because there's no way. There are men who are so arrogant in this African society, and I'll speak as I feel like, because it's true. It's a hard fact. You would hear women saying, my man doesn't like me doing this and this, and you wonder, this year you have belly, next year you have another belly, you have another belly. I beg. Even you men now, you're giving headache to women. You also plan. There's no way a woman can have belly 3, 4, 5 years. Belly all the time. And you are not playing part also to plan. Yeah. I know the Bible says be fruitful and multiply. But even God doesn't like foolish people. Even God doesn't like foolish people. You can't be able to feed yourself and you're having belly, right, left, and center. On the other side, people having risks on aborting right, left, and center in very dingy places because they didn't want to do family planning and the partner didn't want even the child, and you knocked her. It's time even men do family planning. You can say whatever you want to say, but I'm for family planning 24/7. Yeah. And sexual education should be done as early as 12 years, because when they go for those proms, when they go for those house parties, it's happening. Sex is happening. And for you men as well, boy child, talk to them. Knacking and having body counts doesn't make you or prove you as a man. Knacking and having many body counts doesn't prove a point that you're a man. So men out there, talk to your boy child. have those conversations, be friends with your teenager, just have those sexual education conversation, because people are doing these things out there, and as early you start teaching those 12-year-olds who are going for prawns and going for house parties and going for sleepovers, the earlier you teach them these things, the earlier we curb this issue of unwanted pregnancies, early marriages, and bele 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 all the time. All the time, bele 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 bele. I beg, it's time even you African men take responsibility on family planning. Next time, I want to hear statistics on men, not only women alone. And I'm done ranting. I'm done ranting for the day. I want to wish you a very nice weekend. Thank you so much for joining my live. And I've said, I've promised you guys next time I'm going to tag you along on that date. I'm sorry that you didn't have the voice. It's just that I was in the moment enjoying nature and forgot to unplug the microphone, which messed me up for quite some time. And I had a lot of gist. I'm going to take you back that place because it's within my location. So till next time, God bless you. But before I love you and leave you, I'm Miss Jackie 254 across boards, like all my social medias. And it's on Friday. As you go knocking outside there, as a man, as you go knocking, apart from using condom, even as well, plan. Plan, kindly. Plan. Okay? Yes. So I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. I'm gonna love you and leave you. Um, yep, guys. So, what do we say? Before I love you and leave you? Before I love you and leave you, I need to leave you guys. You need to say something. Chime something before I leave you guys, because it's around, I don't know what time is it. It's 5:06. I'm gonna love you and leave you and think through those things. Okay? So till next time, God bless you. I love you so much, guys. Thank you for sticking around, and God bless you guys. I love you. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah, sweethearts. You're my sweethearts all the way. Mwah. Thank you so much, guys. Love you. Mwah. Good night. Enjoy your weekend. Knock safely. Bye.